Hi, and today I'm going to be filming a really easy makeup look for spring. It's a look I've been wearing quite a lot recently in the daytime, and let's get started. First I'm going to use my Carmex lip balm just to moisturise the lips, because the lip gloss I'm using doesn't work all that well when you put a lip balm on immediately beforehand, so that just gives the lip balm a chance to settle in before you move on to other things. First, as far as base is concerned, I'm going to use my Benefit Boiing concealer in 001 just to cover up any blemishes on the skin. I tend to find this work is a little bit easy to use when it's warm, like when the product's warm. I'm just going to cover up any blemishes that we come across with that. And it just means that we have a better chance of having a flawless coverage when you apply the foundation. I just love this concealer because it is just such a high coverage, but it isn't heavy and cakey, and it's suffocating on the skin like a lot of them can be. And then what I'm going to do is move on to a different concealer, which is my Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer for under my eyes. I know a lot of people find that this creates the creases under the eye. I find that it doesn't happen with me. I get on quite well with it under the eye area because it is so light. But a great alternative would be the Dream Lumi Touch from Maybelline, or the similar product, the Brush Under Eye Concealer from Collection 2000 that they do, that I can't for the life of me remember the name of, but I will post a link below to that product as well. So I'm just going to apply this under the eye area and a little bit down into the cheekbone, just so we can add a little bit of highlight at the same time. And then we're just going to blend that in. I prefer using my fingers, but it's easier to just use whichever way you feel more comfortable. I just find that after I drag this down into the cheekbone, it makes this area a lot brighter, and it seems to lift my face a lot. And what we're going to do next is apply the foundation. I'm at the moment in love with the YSL Touché Éclat foundation in BR20. I just find this gives a lovely glow to the skin, which is brilliant for springtime. It's just what you want. So I'm going to apply that to the palm of the hand. A couple of squirts of that to the palm of the hand, and then just tap that onto the skin with a finger. It doesn't matter if it's a bit all over the place because we are going to blend it in. I concentrate mostly on the head, on the forehead, the cheeks and the chin, because that's where most of the problems I need to cover up are. So I'm then going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just blend that in. Absolutely love Real Techniques brushes. It just works so well for my skin. It just helps create a really flawless finish. And the next thing I'm going to do is take the same brush and take my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Peach Glow, which is 003, and just use that to mattify any areas of the face that we don't want to look as shiny Especially this is really especially important for people with oily to combination skin, because as you probably know, the skin can get a little bit shiny towards the end of the day, and we don't want the foundation to contribute to that. I just tend to find that my skin, regardless of it being oily in combination, prefers and looks better with a more radiant foundation than it does with a matte one. So then what I'm going to do is take a buffing brush, again by Real Techniques, and the Body Shop Honey Bronzed bronzing powder in 02, and just contour the face. And see, this is really brilliant for pale skin because it is just that fragment darker than a finishing powder, so it isn't too orange, it isn't too scary, and it just looks really natural on the skin. So we're just going to buff this in and blend this into the skin from the under the cheekbones, up into the temples, and then up into the hairline. Wish my hair was stuck anyway. I've got lots of short wispy hair around my face, but it's all starting to grow and turn into a, then join the rest of the hair. And it's an absolute nightmare for applying makeup on them, because it all decides it wants to make friends with my makeup brushes. I will stress, as much as this is a really light coverage and a really light coloured bronzing powder, you do really need to blend it in, because I hadn't blended it in properly the other day because I was in a rush to go out, and it did still just look just as bad as when you have an orange bronzer that still looks really naff on the skin. But that just adds a little bit of a bronzed and a contoured look to the skin that isn't too scary or dramatic. Next step we're going to do is move on to the eyes, and for that I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and we're going to start off with Walk of Shame and just apply that all the way across the lid. And my eyeshadow brush, my shader brushes have gone missing. This is just a rounded topped shader brush, and I have no idea where it came from or who it's by, because I've had it that long I genuinely cannot remember. I think it was about £1.99 from somewhere like Body Care, and I've been using it ever since, and it's just one of the best quality shader brushes that I've found, and I just don't see the need to buy a new one. It's just adding that Walk of Shame to the inside, to the centre of the lid. I think I might have used the wrong colour on this side. No, I haven't. It's the right one. And then what we're going to do is take Venus, which is this shimmery demi-matte shade, as a highlight for the inside corner of the eye. Taking that, slightly blending it into the lid colour, and just a little bit under the eye, underneath the eye. And this just adds a nice lift and a nice glow to the eye. Then we're also going to take a tiny bit of this and run this along under the brow bone. And again, just add a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of glow. Just make sure to blend that in, so wipe the excess off the brush and just blend that in down to make sure it doesn't look too much of a harsh line. And the brush I'm using for this is the Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush. Come on camera, there we go. And then next up we're going to take a blue eyeshadow. I'm using Illamasqua's Fiasco, which is just a beautiful matte blue colour that I have issues getting into. Just looks like that. And we're going to take a tiny bit of that and tap it onto the outside corner of the eye. I absolutely love Illamasqua eyeshadows. They're so pigmented. They are very, very expensive, but I managed to get mine in a blog sale, so it wasn't much of a problem. And then what we're going to do, we're going to wipe off the excess of that shadow onto the back of your hand and just start blending that into the eye. It does blend out into a really fine, just like a shadow of a colour. It just gives a nice little bit of extra something to the eye. And as you can see, that's just lifted my eye slightly and give it a little bit of a pop of colour. And then what we're going to do next is take our eyelash colours and try not to knock everything off the bench at the same time. Going out next to my eye. I'm going to lightly curl the lashes. And take a mascara. I'm using Masterpeice Factor Masterpeice mascara in a sample bottle, and just coat the lashes with that. And there we have the eyes. Then the last thing is the lip products. We've left the lips to last to let the carmex settle in and the lip balm settle in. And this is the Loreal Paris Glam Shine Gloss Stain, or whatever they are. They're the L'Oreal's cheaper answer to the YSL Glossy Stains. This one is in 300 Princess, which is just a lovely, beautiful, bright pink colour. I'm just going to apply that to lips. And what's brilliant about these is you can either have a really light glossy effect, or you can build up into something more of a substantial colour. Which means that people like me who normally can't use products like this because they're too sheer for the pigmentation of your lips, you still aren't left out, and you can still build up a really good colour. And it's actually going to show up. And there you have the finished look. And I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back again shortly with another video, which I think's going to be a Primark Newlook haul, because I have been doing a little bit of shopping and still have a few things I need to pick up. And after that, probably a makeup haul, because I'm going makeup shopping with a friend very shortly too. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do leave your comments below. All the links to products will be down below in the description bar like they always are. And I will see you next time. But also, one last thing. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the awesomeness of the Cookie Monster t-shirt? I am in love with it. And my camera's doing its weird in and out of focus thing. So I will see you all next time, and goodbye.